Yandere Dev is arguably one of the worst game developers of our time, and in this video I'd like to discuss why I think he's terrible and why I think you should support Lovesick instead of Yandere Simulator, and why we should boycott, well, not boycott, because I think boycotts are kind of aggressive, but why we shouldn't support the production of Yandere Simulator anymore. To start off with, it's been 6 years. So the game was released in 2014, and I'm sure all of you have played one version of it. It was an exciting concept. We've all seen it, 4 years ago, and we thought, fuck, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna invest my time into this, thinking that it would only be a couple years to finish the entire game, because that's how we played it off. So here's recently released the first rival Osana after 6 years. The first official demo, which is actually playable to the actual gameplay of the game, and it's crap. Let's be honest. The official demo is laggy, it's glitchy, and it's awful. And after 6 years, you would expect that it would not have any bugs. And also the fact, something that really irritated me to the core when playing the official demo of the game, was that all of the cutscenes, which we know he's used in especially the house scene, he has used that before with Kokona. And now he's being like, oh, you must pay me to get this cutscene again. Frankly, what is he paying for? Because for years he has said, support my Patreon, and I will hire animators, pay my voice actors. Does he pay his voice actors? If he does, it's not enough. Probably. I don't see him paying people. It's my own speculation. Please don't come for me, Alex. And, yeah, where are the animators? Like, he's gained so much money off of his Patreon and GoFundMes and crowdfunding methods, and he's not using it, is he? He's not. The game still sucks. It's taken 6 years for a laggy, glitchy Osana. I want Oka back. Why was removing Oka a necessary... I noticed it was... Then again, it was a necessary thing. I like Oka. I want Oka back. But, yeah. Where is the money going? What is he paying for? He's not paying for an animation team that he keeps promising. So why do we need to pay his why do we need to pay his Patreon and his GoFundMe for us to have animated scenes? Because it's not like he's paying animators to animate those scenes. He is doing it. And by doing it, I mean avoiding working on his game and streaming every day for hours on Twitch. And here's my problem with Alex, Senor Cumchalice, shall we call him. And that is the fact that he does not care about his own game. So why should we care about his game if he does not care about his own game? And he can say, oh, I care about my game. If you cared about your game, you wouldn't be playing other games, and you'd be, working on your own game, but that's not happening, is it? And, you can look at people like Scott Cawthon, who released a game at the same era, 2014, who has gone on to create a huge franchise off of it and generate so much money. However, obviously, I know that Scott Cawthon is an experienced game designer, and he's used so many games and has spent so much time trying to break into the video game industry. So obviously, this was the first game that Alex had ever created. However, Scott Cawthon created 4 games in 2 years, roughly. Alex has created a fraction of a game in 6 years. See the difference here. And yes, while I understand that Five Nights at Freddy's is a dramatically simpler game and is so much easier to create, on the other hand, you can argue that if Yandere Simulator was so difficult for Alex to create, why did he keep adding unnecessary features that had absolutely nothing to do with the plot, such as snap mode, which I have a huge problem with anyway, and I'll get onto that in a second, and stuff like that, and other unnecessary things like the mini games that aren't really necessary, and the debug menu that has been taken out. So what was the... Then again, I know that the debug menu was just there to be enjoyable while the game was not playable. It's so stupid that he had to create extra features just to make the game enjoyable because it was so underdeveloped. It's so stupid. But he focused on unnecessary add-ons, and if he just downsized the game and made it simpler and focused on the main story arcs that could make the game playable, he would have been able to release it a lot sooner, and he would still have relevancy in his game. And that's where people have lost interest in the game, because I remember back in like a few years ago, I was super, super excited about this game. Back when I didn't realise that he was a piece of shit. And we were all when the hype was still around it, and all of the YouTubers were making videos about it, and everyone was really interested. I was super interested, and I was following on YouTube and following all of his developments. And then that died because his interest in the video game died. And now looking back at his videos, they're all really I don't know what the word is, patronizing. Like, the example that I can think of is, you know, that one where it's like, Osana, and he's just like, wow, we need to have a talk. Like, that's so patronizing. And then he's like, I know you want Osana, but I'm focusing on some really unnecessary details that isn't important before Osana, and I lost all respect for him at that point. And here's some more reasons why I have no respect for him. Starting with snap mode. Oh my god, snap mode. So, the first time I played snap mode, I was in shock. And I was kind of disgusted, because I feel like that feature itself, you press snap mode, there should be a, hey, trigger warning, this could be offensive. Because if you haven't played snap mode, good. It's an interactive suicide, right? At the end of it. But you don't have a choice not to do it. And the screen is filling up with like, do it, and, like, I don't know, it made me feel uncomfortable, and I know that a lot of people have reached out to, Yandere Dev, Alex, and it's been like, yo, this is kind of fucked. Can you not do this? And he's like, haha, it's a game, and then blocked them. Yes, it's a murder game. Congratulations. There's a difference between murder and involuntary suicide. I believe that there is a big difference in that, and there is a big difference in reaction to that, and I feel like if people are walking into expecting murder and knowing that, that's fine, but if you just, like, hey, suicide, that has absolutely no, effect on the plot, then that's quite, it's hard, it's not good, is it? I'm sorry, I'm not very articulate. If you watched other videos of me, you'd know that I'm not very articulate. I'm fucked off, honestly. But yeah, his response to to snap mode. Lovesick's a different conversation in a second. But his response to that person about snap mode is disgusting. Especially considering that he has also threatened to kill himself over Lovesick, right? You know, the fan game that was made because the creator enjoyed his content so much and they wanted to see the finished game. Yes. Oh my god. He threatened to kill himself over it. Well, if you don't want fan-made games of, you know, finishing your work that you'll never finish in the next 2 decades, finish your own game. You know, if you don't want if you don't want people going to a fan-made game that's actually finishing the work that you started and will never finish your game. I'm just gonna remind you now, he is 32 years of age. 32 years of age, and he is having a hissy fit over a piece of media that was created out of adoration for him and his work. I hate this man with every ounce of my being. He genuinely... Oh, I can't believe I ever supported this game. I can't believe I ever supported this game. I feel bad for the people that have put money into this game, because it's never going to be finished. It's never going to be finished. He's too busy talking about how much he loves tits on his streams. That makes me really sad. Oh my god. This video is a mess, and I really, really apologise. I just want to voice my disgust for, Cum Chalice Man. But I've lost my train of thought. But yes, back onto the Patreon argument. What is he I mean, it's sex dolls, isn't it? Yeah. We've all agreed, right, that he buys sex dolls with the money that he earns from his the game that everyone's been waiting for 6 years. So if it takes 6 years to release each rival, and there's 7 or 8 rivals, so that's I can't do maths. I'm not doing that multiplication. Too many years if we use the maths. Yeah. Because now I'm intrigued. Well, I'm not really intrigued because I don't care anymore. But to get support Lovesick and fuck Yandere Dev. I'm so disgusted, honestly. I'm disgusted with myself for ever being interested in this game and this man and supporting this man. You know, remember that one time when he was talking about how people should have a sex license and trying to justify pedophilia? This is the man we supported. And we were like, this is a good game, this must be a good man. And then we realized he did manipulate all of us. Because he made us seem like dickheads for asking for, hey, can you finish your game? And he would post a video. And then we'd feel bad for asking him to finish his game. Yeah. This video has been a mess. Fuck Jansen, support Lovesick, bye.